Look at the lighting. Look at those cars way down there. I hope you can see this like I can, guys, and this is smooth. The visuals are freaking stunning. That dude is cruising through here. He is freaking moving. I mean, that looks like a reasonably decent AI to me. Within 6 months or less, this is going to be the best sim out there. Period. All right, what's up, everybody? Dan here. So today we're going to do a 5-lap sprint race in AC Evo. The combination we are doing here is the MX-5 Cup in racing on Panorama. And the reason why I chose this is because I want to kind of see how the AI kind of changes throughout time. I've done some offline racing, off-camera racing. I mean, it's all offline right now, but I've done some off-camera racing, and what I'm noticing is the AI is it's very similar to AC1. And in AC1, the AI did this thing that they never I don't know if they were even interested in fixing it, but they definitely never fixed it. It did this thing where the AI strength at 100% was much different at the beginning of the race than towards the end of the race. And I'm noticing that same thing here. So I do have the AI set at 100%. And at the beginning of the race, even at 100%, they are terrible. You'll probably see as we get going here, I'll pass quite a few cars. But as the cars start to spread out, they become faster and faster, and it becomes hard for me to keep up. We'll see what happens in this race, but generally that's been what the deal is. So they're way too slow and all over the place in the first couple of corners. But once they spread out, if you can avoid that crazy catastrophic racing, it actually ends up being a good race. The problem that I have is I can't find a good balance of picking what what level of strength that they should be, because if I do anything under 100 at the beginning of the race, they're just running into the walls, running into the track, and even at 100 they do a little bit of that also. But then what happens is, like a lap in or so, they become very fast where I can't keep up. So let's hop on track here and let's see what we can. Let me make sure I am recording, and I am. Yep. So let's see what we can do here. See, that, like, I don't know why they wait so long. Right off the bat, I just pass a bunch of people. I don't understand why that happens. Yeah, but anyways, there are other games that have this issue, but nowhere near to the extent of AC1 and obviously this one here. So yeah, I can just pass quite a few people. And surprisingly, they didn't do as much craziness as they initially do. So while we're letting the field kind of spread out a little bit, I have got this is running at 1440p. I'm running about 90 frames per second right now. As the field spreads out, I should get 120 as I come way too hot into that corner. But I've got the visuals or the graphics set on the high preset. The only thing that I changed off the high preset is I turned off vertical sync, which is on by default. So if you run 1440p, and I'm actually running, as they do something crazy there, these are the issues that they have to get worked out. I'm running 1440p high preset. This is on an ultra wide, but if you run that, this is what you'll see. And then also, it seemed to be getting reasonably decent performance. I'm getting 114, 111 frames per second. And the game looks stunning to me, guys. I think it looks phenomenal. But as you can see, I'm starting to lose pace with these guys in front of me. So it's almost like now they're actually up to a 100% skill level, whereas at the beginning of the race they were not. And that changed very quickly and very rapidly here. But yeah, the game looks stunning. My gut tells me that within 6 months or less, as I hit the wall, within 6 months or less, this is going to be the best sim out there. Period. The best all-around sim. Is going to have I've done a lot of, mostly what I'm doing here is hot lapping and just enjoying driving what cars are available. And I've been having a lot of fun. The physics and the force feedback, to me, with the exception of a few little things, feel phenomenal. I've heard a lot of people talk about this, and I do agree that there's some dullness when you start to lose, if you start to push and get some understeer in the front end going around corners. you do have a little bit of a numbness in the steering wheel. In defense, I don't know if that's intentional or if they're planning on fixing that. I really don't know. I'm sure they're going to dial in the force feedback quite a bit eventually. But in their defense, in the real world, when you're pushing a car hard and you get into understeer, you do lose feeling in the steering wheel, right? Because it goes to feeling like you're on ice, and so you've got nothing in the wheel. So to me, that's realistic, but I can understand how people dislike that, because most people, you know, we're using the force feedback for the most part to figure out what's happening with the car, and because of that, we need feeling all the time, even when there wouldn't be feeling. I know a lot of people feel like that, and I think that's why many people are complaining. So I had the race start at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, guys, and I've got the time setting turned up to time 6. So we should see some decent time change in this race. And as you can see, guys, I'm struggling to keep up with these guys, and that's because they're at 100%. And I'm not skilled enough or fast enough to race AI at 100%. I typically run AI in most games somewhere between 88 and 92% across the board. That's my skill level. That's where I can have a nice competitive race. I'm not an alien. But see, just to have not catastrophic failures at the beginning of a race in AC Evo, I have to crank them up to 100. So it even kind of even though I'm not hot lapping here, we're doing a race, it kind of becomes a hot lap because I end up being by myself, and I'm actually holding the traffic up behind me, it does look like, based on this radar. So let me see if I can push a little harder. But this game looks freaking phenomenal, guys. I don't know, originally when I first started playing it, I was having a lot more issues with the performance of the game. I turned DLSS onto balanced, and that helped out a lot. It looks a lot better. I'm looking over at OBS. It looks a little choppy on my recording. Hopefully it won't be that bad. This game is really not optimized enough yet for smooth performance on OBS, from what I can tell, but hopefully it'll be smooth enough for us to get this video to work out. I've been talking about quite a lot, guys, about doing a live stream. I still want to do that because I think this deserves, sorry, as I can't speak, a discussion, because there's a lot of people out there who are really dogging this game bad, and I just don't think we should do that in early access. I mean, we are way behind the point, guys, of saying that early access is not early access in general, but the way we're doing early access now. I mean, there's been so many games that we've done this, that we've paid a reasonable price to get into beta testing. I know there's this big argument about we pay to be their beta test. That's just the way things go now. I think we're past the point of arguing that. I mean, that's just the way games are now, and I'm down with it. You know, if I get a discounted rate on the whole game whenever it's out, I'm good. That means I get access to the game. I'll get it. It's discounted rate. I got it way cheaper than anybody else who will wait. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. Of course, I think this is up for debate, and we need to talk about this. So when I have time at some point, I'll do a live stream, and I probably won't be driving. We'll just discuss it. I just haven't found the time yet, unfortunately. But look, my radar is not up right now. That's because, well, it just came up. There's somebody coming up behind me now, and I'd have a little bit better pace for sure if I wasn't talking. I am terrible at racing and talking at the same time. As I heard somebody behind me just hit a wall. I don't think he hit me. I didn't feel it. But look, let's talk about the positives here. There's no other game that I've played that has this quick of loading times. I can load in a full grid of cars on any one of these tracks, and in seconds I'm on the track racing. Tell me another game that does that. None. There are no other sims that do that. I mean, the loading times are so fast. You can see it's starting to get dark here. This looks beautiful, guys. Absolutely stunning. I really, this, when they get this right, when they figure out the performance and get everything dialed in and get us some more content, and definitely when they give us online, man, it is going to be, I'm telling you, this is going to be a phenomenal sim. Phenomenal. It's going to be great. I mean, to me, it already looks great. As you can see, the little, whatever the hell you call that thing up there lit up. The lighting is beautiful here, guys. Beautiful. Still, right now I'm holding 100 and, well, I just dipped down as I turned to 118. But for the most part, I'm holding 110 to 120 frames. Pretty consistent. Looks smooth to me on the screen. I don't know what OBS will look like, but to me on the screen it looks butter smooth. So look, we know that they've got a lot of things to work on, but it's early access. That's what it's here for. You know, they're going to get the data from how it's performing on various different, you know, every PC is extremely different. So whenever there's a new game, there's going to be some hiccups getting it to run smoothly on everybody's machine, right? That's just the way it works. We know that. There's no secrets with that. I almost want to slow down and let these guys in front of me so I can actually race somebody. But this is why I wanted to do this on camera. This is, in my opinion, the two biggest problems with the AI are the fact that they're terrible at the start. And sometimes they crash out and you lose half the damn, you lose half the cars at the beginning if you don't have this set up really high. And unfortunately, the side effect of that and the second problem is that they're too fast for at least me once the pack kind of spreads out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this guy around me because I want to kind of, so that way we can get a visual on how they're doing. And as you can see, I mean, it's not terrible when you're out on track. I mean, sorry, it's not terrible once they're kind of out by themselves. I think they just, there's something with the balance of how they react to each other, because even at the start of a race, what happens as that dude is cruising through here, he is freaking moving. I mean, that looks like a reasonably decent AI to me. He's gone. When they get around you or when they get around each other, there's just this weird bouncing effect where they feel like they're getting too close to one another, and they just are all over the place. But as you can see, as the pack spreads out, look at the lighting, look at those cars way down there. I hope you can see this like I can, guys, and this is smooth. The visuals are fucking stunning. This game looks phenomenal, and it will look even better when wow, look at this, is beautiful. I mean, even look at the crowd standing up over there. If you can see that, I know you're not seeing as wide of a visual as I am, but there was like people standing on the balconies and that, oh shit, oh boy. That guy just said, that's another problem. He bumped me. Come on. Here we go. Shoot. Well, that sucks. Anyway, that's fine. Doesn't matter. I think this is the last lap. I think that was it. Oh, maybe it's okay. This is saying that this is the last lap. All right. So let's see if we can catch up with these guys. I don't think we can. I'm now in last place because I got bumped. That's another thing. But that's fine, though. The point of this is you can use the AI if you're careful. That was a perfect example of what they do. They will bump you if they get too close, so you have to be aware. But I think these are things that will be balanced out and fixed, I hope, eventually. But they never fixed them in AC1, so there's a chance that they won't. But as you can see, look how quickly I'm catching up to these guys in the back. There's just, there's such a large spread in the field. That's so weird. The word I'm looking for is balance. There needs to be more balance in all of the AI on the track at whatever specific skill level you pick. And of course, I'm driving terrible right now because I suck at talking and driving. But man, this game is going to be awesome, guys. I think it's going to be awesome. I know there's a lot of haters, people that don't like early access, or for whatever reason we're expecting more content in the game than was ever said it was going to be there. And look, I get it. There's an argument that the first day it came out, there was less content than what they promised in the early access, and even still to this day, online is not available, which was supposed to be available initially. So I get the arguments here. I really do. I mean, yeah, there's some things missing. Could it be better? Yes, but any sim could be better. But I'm a glass half full kind of guy, not a glass half empty. And so far, what I'm seeing, I think this is super promising. And I cannot wait until they start to release more information, or start to release more content, button up the performance and all that good stuff. I mean, and when they do, it's going to be awesome. I mean, the open world is going to be phenomenal. I don't know when we'll get that. I think sooner than later, at least part of it. But yeah, this is... The lighting is insane, if you guys can see those people over there. Very cool, guys, as we round this last bend. Visually, it is phenomenal. They just need to get the performance worked out. And once they do, I think it's going to look great for everybody. As we cross over the line, there we go. So, yeah, the AI needs work. There's no way to argue that. There's definitely some dialing in. I hope that what Kunos will do is will get in contact with the community, allow the community to help, because the community of modders actually took AI which sucked bad in AC1 and made it reasonably good. It's not the best out there, even with the modding community making it the best. Again, it's not the best out there, but they've really helped. So it's clear they know what they're doing. So hopefully Kunos will kind of reach out to them and let them assist, possibly giving them some help getting the AI worked out. Because what we don't want is the situation where... we don't want that situation where they never fix it and then 10 years later down the road we still got terrible AI. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this year will be very promising for this title, and I'm sticking to within 6 months or less this will be the go-to sim for most people, and I think it's going to be pretty phenomenal. But I will do a live stream eventually, guys. I really want to do that at some point in time so we can have an open discussion about the good, the bad. But if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and click subscribe. If you enjoyed this type of racing video, I'm going to try to do more of this, frankly, because they're easier to produce than some of the other stuff, and my time is very limited. I've got some reviews coming out soon also, so there's lots of stuff. We'll be trickling in here and there. If you don't see me for a couple days, don't panic. It's just because I've got a lot of things going on. But let me know what you think about AC Evo in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. We'll see you later.